Mama, I want more toy.
Hey, so this is a quick update for everyone who was wondering why I wasn't able to post a video last week. I was out of town for a wedding, and I thought I brought my external drive, like I brought my laptop with me and everything. Like I was prepared to edit the video while not at home, but I forgot to bring the drive, so I had no video footage. I just couldn't post anything. And on top of that, when I got back home the other day, and I was rewatching what footage that I did record, all those years ago for this figure, I realized that I had missed an entire feature. The Crosshairs figure could take off his backpack for a cleaner, more screen-accurate look. And I remember doing that. I remember taking it off and going, oh yeah, that looks kind of nice. But I never recorded it. Like, I did it, but I didn't record it, despite knowing that I wanted to make a video out of it. And that was a rookie mistake on my part. Which is what this and these, I think, last one or two videos that I've posted have been. Like, old footage that I've had lying around, and I'm just now getting to. I wanted to clean out my storage and, use these videos that I've had for years, but I also wanted to use this footage for this month specifically to celebrate Bapril. Bapril is a term coined by Transformer reviewer Thew Adams, which celebrates the month of April by posting Bayformer-related figures. But since I haven't had any Bayformer-related figures, I resorted to old recordings. I just wanted to explain why there's such an inconsistent shift in both the background and video quality. The next video will be just as old and probably poorly shot. Anyways, on to the actual review. Hey everyone, TFP Freckles here. Today we're revisiting the Studio Series Crosshairs figure. I did a minute review on him last year, 2 years ago I believe, but I kept on putting off making a complete review of him. Mostly because this guy just kind of left an impression on me, It was one of the first Bayformer Studio Series figures that I got, and, well, I just didn't really like it, and I don't have him anymore. But despite how long it's been, I remember him pretty well, because, I was pretty upfront about it, about, my mixed feelings on him, and how over time, just having him in my hand didn't feel that great. But must be some sort of Stockholm Syndrome or something, because I've just really come to appreciate the design of this toy. The sculpt and paintwork are pretty stellar for a deluxe class figure, and it pretty much nails that messy Bayformer aesthetic in a way that a lot of other ones tend to struggle with. And his trench coat? It was never gonna be perfect, but it is a wild piece of engineering. And even though I am no fan of shell forming, the way it just folds over his body to form that car mode, it just really dominates the silhouette. And it almost looks like dragonfly wings, if you look at it from a certain angle, which kind of makes it that much more unique. The front flaps of the coat are, really articulated, and actually, make it easy to pose with him, and don't just get in the way. In terms of overall construction, what truly impressed me was the overall solid feel of the figure. Not necessarily in hand per se, but the joints were incredibly satisfying and were relatively stiff, and it was incredibly stable while posing. And the plastic material has some pretty substantial weight too, and gave it a sort of premium quality in places where, you wouldn't expect it. And surprisingly, this figure, like I said before, it does pose really well, and doesn't really have that awkward of a proportion, and that helps distinguish itself from other similar toys. Although it lacks waist and wrist articulation, the articulation provided by the ball-jointed head, shoulders, double-jointed knees more than makes up for these limitations, and allows for an impressive range of motion. His signature twin SMGs are a fantastic touch. They're stored neatly within the folds of his coattails, and perfectly mirror his appearance in the movie. Overall, the design and articulation make him a standout figure for collectors and general fans alike. But as for the paint, let's talk about that green. It's bright, very bright. The figure leans into the Last Night color scheme, which I vaguely remember the Age of Extinction using a slightly darker shade. But regardless, the level of mechanical detailing is pretty incredible. Say what you want about Michael Bay's Transformers designs, but the toy team did an amazing job translating that chaotic look into a functional, visually striking figure. Here's where things get kind of interesting though, because the transforming process is not bad. Once you get the hang of it, it's pretty clever. Watching the trench coat fold and collapse into the sleek body of a Chevrolet C7 Corvette Stingray is oddly satisfying. However, the transformation does have its quirks. Like, the back section swings around, the front flaps squeeze into the bonnet, and then the back panels tab into the legs, but some of these tiny ball joints can pop off mid-transformation. And that spoiler there, I mean, it falls off pretty damn easily. I vaguely remember gluing it in place so that it doesn't blast off into space every time I wanted to transform it. But once you finally got him into his alt mode, I mean, just wow. It's gorgeous. Like a premium matte finished Chevrolet C7 Corvette with painted rims, a sculpted Autobot logo, and sleek proportions. He's not exactly the most discreet robot in disguise, but let's be real, Bayverse never really cared about that. The front pieces of the trench coat even integrate into the Corvette's fenders, showcasing a truly impressive level of engineering. Is he perfect? Nah. The spoiler issue is annoying, and while the transformation is smooth once you figure it out, it still has its share of, moments here and there. But overall, this might be one of the more, memorable figures, even if I don't personally own it anymore. He's got presence and looks fantastic on a shelf, and that transformation is clever enough to be engaging without it being too frustrating. And I think overall this figure is a must-have for dedicated collectors and Crosshairs fans for its display value and screen accuracy. However, this one might be a pass for those who maybe want a more playable, intuitive transformer due to its finicky transformation and kibble-heavy build. But what do you think? You love him? Hate him? Still have nightmares about that first transformation attempt? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy this throwback review. I'm TFB Freckles, and I hope you have a great day.